Hi, I'm Saumil Shah. I'm a security researcher and have my own little company called NetSquare based in India. And this happens to be my 7th year with Black Hat. I've been coming out here pretty much all the time since 2000 and with different places like Amsterdam and Vegas. Over the past 7 years, I've seen quite a few changes in the security scene. Things keep on evolving, things keep on changing. What was elite once is called script kiddie now, and the one thing that I take away from all these 7 years in my security experience is information security is still a cat and mouse game. The attackers are always a step ahead of the people who try to block the attacks. And the moment you invent another lock, here comes yet another key. So let me just pour out my thoughts on what I think is going to come for 2007, the rest of it, and 2008. We're seeing two major changes in the desktop environment. One, of course, is the big Windows Vista thing. Pretty much everybody is going to be moving to Vista. Whoever's using Windows, they're going to move to Vista by the end of this year. So what would that involve? What would that mean in terms of information security? Would Vista really clamp down upon security problems? Would things be the same? Would things get worse? I'm more inclined to think that things will stay the same. The kind of things will differ. I mean, till date, we have seen attacks that have come beginning from the server side, like breaking into servers, infrastructure attacks like denial of service. We've seen them trickle down to applications, and once you put firewalls in place, everybody started attacking applications. Oh, great. Now you put some application level security, and guess what? Who they're going after? They're going after the users. Then they're going after authentication. They're going after cracking passwords. When cracking passwords is not feasible, they just straight away steal them by phishing. They attack the desktop, they have adware and malware polluting the desktop, keyloggers and whatnot. And today the scene is such that an average PC user is so terribly clueless and terribly helpless. It's not necessarily the user's fault, but the way systems are. You don't even know your way around the internet. Even for seasoned professionals, sometimes it's a problem. For the average user, it's a nightmare. And how do you keep up with things like, oh well, some program's trying to access port 5533 on your computer. Do you want to allow it? Yes or no? What's the average user going to say? Yes? No? Maybe. They just want to get their work done. And the attacks are now more targeted towards the common sense. So the question is, can we build a system which is going to help out people in security, or can we just build a system that works better? With that aspect, I think there are some technical changes to Vista which will prevent things like heap overflows or stack overflows, or make it immensely difficult to do that. But can it protect against attacks on the user's common sense, or will it just get to be a security annoyance and people will turn off security features and continue using it? I don't know, but I'm inclined to think that. Till date, we've not seen a convincing system that stops phishing. There's always victims and it's not decreasing. The next big change is the penetration of the Mac. I mean, that is one thing that no desktop user can ignore, is Apple's new OS Leopards around the corner. The Intel-based Macs are making headway. So we're going to see some heterogeneity come about, and heterogeneity is always good. Heterogeneous populations in biology, they are more resistant to attack. Different browsers, if you use like multiple browsers to surf the internet, by multiple browsers I mean different people using different browsers, you won't have common attacks anymore. You won't have attacks which are specific towards IE or Outlook or Firefox or Safari. You'll have diversity, and diversity is good. The Unix system on the desktop, that's what Mac OS is, that can also spell some security changes in trends. What they are, I don't know, but I'm definitely excited. From a researcher's point of view, one thing is, yeah, sure, it's the Intel platform. So I am also inclined to see there will be more attacks on the Mac coming up. In Macs, I've always used the catch phrase that we're more secure. Well, they're more secure because they're less popular. I mean, the minute they get more popular, we're definitely going to have a whole lot of people breaking upon Mac systems, and we're going to see some stuff. The different approach there is going to be the way the Unix architecture is, and a lot of the OS is open source, so fixing things on the Mac may be quite easier as opposed to Windows, where it's primarily Microsoft's responsibility to fix.